All right, hello guys. Today we're just gonna be speaking about settings, right? Settings that could possibly put you at advantage in your gameplay when playing the mobile game cardio, right? So sometimes the settings are what put players at an advantage. You might come across a player that you're saying he's so good, right? He might be an hacker, or he's using control, but sometimes that isn't the case. So we're gonna be looking at the looting settings firstly because that's very important, right? I'm gonna show you my looting setting that I actually use in Battle Royale because I think most persons just have their looting settings on like default, and sometimes I don't like it. I just rather my looting to be how I actually want it. So that's why I realize that hemostatic, right? I realize that I don't use that much, so I just put that down to make more space for things that I might assume that it will be useful to me. And generally, how my setting are right now, right, it works for me. So if you guys think it might work for you, you can go ahead and change it the same way. But remember, it all depends on your gameplay and the situations that you're in, right? Smoke bombs, I use 5 because I realize that I don't use it a lot, but I use it sometimes to get out of situations such as tanks, or when I'm going to revive my friends, tags, or when I'm helping my friend to be shadowed while he's healing my teammates. So some more of my other settings are based on like movements, turning, rotations, all that, right? So it all boils down to sensitivity, right? You got it all depends on your phone size. Sometimes I use a iPhone 7 Plus, so my screen size is okay for me. I changed it, the settings for my screen size, especially because it's a bit bigger than some phones, so your phone might be a bit smaller or a bit larger, so the setting sometimes depends. So we're gonna take a look on my loadout because someone asked me what my loadout is. So guys, I want to say this one thing firstly. The loadout doesn't depend on, well, the kills doesn't depend really on your loadout. Yes, it's good to have a good loadout, or have a good customized gun, to be honest, but you have to remember, guys, the loadout is not really what depends on you basically getting 20, 25 to 30 kills a game, or 15 on average, let's say 12 to 20 kills a game. The loadout is not really the purpose, the real purpose of you getting those kills. It's normally how you perform in the game. But it's always good to share the loadouts because it's very good. It puts most players at an advantage. For me, speaking of advantage, depending on my gameplay, I use the ninja class, right? Ninja class comes with its own, well, it's in the name, ninja. For one, I have the silent footsteps, so why not just go with the muzzle, right? So enemies, I'm almost invisible to my enemies every time I approach them. Not only because of the footsteps with ninja class, but even when I'm literally fighting an enemy, I'm shooting. If you notice, most of my kills, they're normally in the back of an enemy, or even when I'm fighting someone that is facing to me, his friend sometimes doesn't know where I am because I'm using the muzzle, right? They can only guess where I am most of the time. That's why you're always seeing them looking all over the place because they're not hearing the shots on there. They're not seeing it on their map. So it's kind of pretty difficult for them to play against players like me. The second loadout right here is basically it's not muzzled. This is more of a let's say a long distance gun for me. The other gun I use for long distance, as you guys see as well, but this gun has the mobility. This gun has a stronger grip it allows me to shoot at enemies with so much accuracy. It's almost impossible to miss them. But the other gun is not like that. The recoil is not really there. um I mostly use that in mid range, close range battles because I'm almost never seen with it. um but at the same time, with this gun, I will hit you from across the map with this gun because that's how I set it to be. I didn't want it to be like my first loadout. I just used two. So sometimes I use two AK-47. So that is all, guys. Peace.